Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here on the show do another Kentucky off-season update video. I've done two of these. I decided to do a third one today. Some more stuff has happened since the last time I did one of these. So we're going to get right into it. Go from yesterday, talk about the offensive line commits they got. They got another one today to trying to get back to what they were, the big blue wall, where their offensive line was really good. So let's get right into it here. Scroll through whenever I can find it. So, first one I want to talk about here is interior offensive lineman Joshua Brown, or Braun, however you say his last name. He transferred to Kentucky from Arkansas. Per Pete Nakos, only 3 career sacks allowed and 1,309 pass blocking snaps. So I just hope he can do that for Kentucky. I mean, they should have got rid of the O-line coach, but hopefully he isn't bad. Hopefully he isn't bad here. I don't know if this guy seems good. I mean, only 3 sacks allowed, it says. I mean, maybe it's just 3 sacks allowed, just beat one-on-one, I don't know. But yeah, interior offensive lineman Joshua Brown. Should be a good pickup, hopefully. See if I can find the other one here. Alexander Wolschlager. Yes, that's his name. It's a big time win here in the transfer portal. A 2-time All-MAC selection and a team captain. Now he's Alexander Wolschlager. I mean, yes, people will be like, oh, it's not popular, but I don't know why it wouldn't be. You need to spend every cent to get an elite offensive line, or at least a good offensive line and defense. Just hand the ball off to Wilcox and get 4 or 5 yards. Yes, people might think, oh, it's boring football, but it'll be effective. If they can have good offensive line, run the football, and play defense like they should. So I mean, that's how Michigan won a national title. I'm not saying how Kentucky can win a national title. That's not what I'm saying. But they can at least be a good football team. Like, run the football, the quarterback makes some plays here and there, and they play defense. And be at least a watchable football team and be disciplined. Now those are 2 of the offensive linemen they got. The other one, Alexander Wolschlager, a 2-time All-MAC selection. I think he's a good player. Let's get to the article here. 6 foot, 305 pound right tackle. Earned All-MAC honors in back-to-back seasons, culminating with a first-team selection. He has 2,341 career snaps under his belt, an exceptional pass blocker this fall. The team captain had a PFF grade of 76.9. The Falcons finished 4th in the MAC with a 7-5 record. And he's probably going to start at right tackle. I assume Joshua Brown, the guy they got from Arkansas, is going to be starting. So 2 good offensive line pieces to help their offensive line, because they need it, because last year it was bad. If their offensive line can at least be good this year, or next season, I hope they can at least be good. And because I don't expect them to make a playoff, but I hope they're at least good and not be 4-8. So those are 2 of the offensive linemen they got. So the 2 quarterbacks they were going after, apparently, Malik Murphy, played for Texas, started a few games. Duke, he went 9-3. He visited Kentucky, but apparently Kentucky's not prioritizing him. They're prioritizing Zach Calzada, apparently. I think it's interesting when you look at it, because his career stats is 23-9, 62 completion percentage, 8,660 yards, 73 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, with a 141.4 quarterback rating, with 11 rushing touchdowns. I'm guessing with Malik Murphy, it must have been maybe they didn't want him. He's not really a running quarterback, even though it looks like he should be, but he's not a runner. He's a good thrower, but it must have been just the NIL money. Must have been too much NIL money for Malik Murphy. Is probably what he wanted. Zach Calzada, I'm gonna root for the guy if he comes here. Well, maybe I don't think he's a diamond in the rough. Like, I think he can be a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. When I look at it now, like he done good. I'm impressed what he did at Texas A&M. Then yeah, sure, he transferred to a scrub conference, but he went 11-2 at Incarnate Wood. But he won Player of the Year there. You never really know what version of a transfer will show up. So who knows? But he has SEC experience. When I look into it, he beat number 1 Alabama when they were like 5-0 and Texas A&M was 3-2. He has SEC experience. I'm going to be optimistic here about Zach Calzada if he does recruit here. I'm not going to shit on the kid. It's mostly the coaching staff. But if the coaching staff can actually be good this year, be competent, if their offensive line is good, the transfers they're bringing in, if their offensive line is good, run the football, then I think they'll be hopefully solid. Zach Calzada is good, but kind of, I understand the rest of the fan base. Like, I kind of thought at first, the rest of the coach, and Mark Stoops, the rest of the coaching staff, they keep QB from Incarnate was going to solve our problems. I mean, Calzada has played and won big games in the SEC, to where, yeah, Malik Murphy went 9-3, but that's ACC's kind of weak. And I don't know if you want to pay $3 million in NIL for Malik Murphy. And it's not that, it's probably not, it's probably not Kentucky that want him. It's because he probably wanted like a lot of NIL money. And yes, I get Cam, you'd say, Cam Ward came out of Incarnate Wood, but I don't know if he's going to be like a Cam Ward. But, I don't know. I mean, I think getting a QB that fits the system is better than a more expensive turnover-prone guy that doesn't. That way you can spend more of that NIL money on other positions, because who else do they really have at receiver besides Macklin and who's coming back, and Quisenberry, who I think is going to be a good recruit that's coming in at receiver. But I mean, to be honest, Incarnate Wood, Cam Ward played there, and he ended up being a Heisman finalist this year. So I think he can fit the system for him. It's also the first time Kentucky has truly been able to QB Bush Hammond truly once. I'll give him a shot. When the season starts, I'll give Zach Calzada a shot. I mean, he threw for 3,744 yards and 35 touchdowns this year. I mean, maybe Cutter Bow isn't ready yet. I think you can give him another year. And you get a veteran quarterback who's played in a lot of big SEC games. So now the more I look at this, I think it's a good move. Because yes, I know it's Incarnate Wood, but he's faced SEC competition before, and he has a good arm, and he's actually mobile as well. I mean, he's got 11 rushing touchdowns career, 73 passing touchdowns, 23-9 career record. So it's not a bad pickup, to be honest. And I'm not saying he's gonna light the world on fire. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, he's gonna light the world on fire. But I think he can be solid. Like, I really do. But I'll give him a shot when the next season starts. So that pretty much sources confirmed to Big Blue Network that sources confirmed that Brock Vandegrift is indeed retired from football and is moving back to Georgia. That sucks, man. Mark Stoops and the offensive line this year really killed his love for football. We ruined his career. But best in the next chapter of his life. I hate to see him give it up after just 1 year. But I guess that is Kentucky effect. But I kind of feel like William Cohen really screwed the kid over, recruiting him here and then leaving. He wasn't dealt a fair hand, and the O-line definitely didn't help him out any. And he did struggle, but the offensive line doesn't help. If you don't have a good offensive line, your quarterback's going to struggle. at times. So, yeah, but best of luck to Brock Vandegrift, whatever he does next in his life. So, the next transfer Kentucky has got, Wallace Onamba, per the Big Blue Network, has committed to Kentucky. The 6'4", 330, three-time JUCO All-American Junior chooses Kentucky over Virginia, and they continue to add to its O-line rebuild. A 6'4" tackle, Wallace Onamba. And he's a good size, three-time JUCO All-American. But I don't think he's allowed a sack in his career. I don't think he's allowed a sack in his career. So I think it'll be a good pickup, in my opinion. Because they've needed rebuild their whole line, because it was terrible last year. They couldn't block anything. Like, the run game was good. It's just the pass game we couldn't block. But they've now got 3 transfer additions. Onamba was ranked as the number 14 inside offensive lineman in the transfer portal, and he's played 699 career snaps in 10 games for the Lobos. He allowed 0 sacks and only 10 pressures at right tackle. He also did not allow a sack in his 3 years at Kilgore while playing for an offense that rushed for over 200 yards a game. So it looks like he's going to fit well. They've got some good offensive linemen coming in, so hopefully they can at least be competent on the offensive line. Georgia defensive tackle transfer Jamal Jarrett will be on campus for a visit this week, and he was a former 4-star and top 100 player in the nation as a recruit. So they're going to visit with Jamal Jarrett, a 4-star Georgia defensive tackle, a top 100 player in the nation as a recruit. So that's possibly another player they'll go after, Jamal Jarrett. Let's run through here. Some more players that are confirmed for a visit is Alabama wide receiver Kendrick Law will visit Kentucky Wednesday, today, and Thursday. He is on campus today for his visit. So Kendrick Law is a good receiver out of Alabama. Didn't get used a lot last year because Ryan Williams was their main guy, but I think he'd be a good receiver for Kentucky. He could be like a good receiver 2 or 3, because Macklin's going to be wide receiver 1. Either him or Quisenberry could be that wide receiver 2. One of them will be receiver 2, receiver 3 if they can get him. They've also visit confirmed with Kevin Thomas, a cornerback out of Maryland, 5'11", 179 corner. And Kendrick Law is really fast as well. And he could be a good culture and locker room fit. I know his stats probably don't look that good, but he really didn't get used a lot in Alabama's offense. Kentucky has also extended an offer and made the top 3 for Ball State transfer cornerback Miles Norwood. He's going to visit Kentucky on December 21st. I don't know if he's good or not, but that's another cornerback visit for Kentucky. And they've also emerged as a top contender for Nebraska running back Dante Dowdle. The 6'2", 225-pound power back rushed for 614 yards and 12 TDs as a sophomore for the Cornhuskers. He's the second greatest running back in the portal class. It's either going to be him or Hardy. It's either going to be him or Hardy at this point, but I don't know if they're going to get him. But either him or Dante Dowdle would be good. And Kentucky commit Montavian Quisenberry was Mr. Football. So, it's good. A visit confirmed. Chris Murray will have his rescheduled visit to Kentucky this weekend. A former team of new Kentucky linebacker commit Landon Watson. He recorded 5.5 sacks and 34 tackles last season, so another visit there. Wide receiver Horatio Fields. He was on a. I think he averaged. He finished the second season on the teams for receptions 39 and yards 463, averaging 11.9 yards per reception. I think he visited last week. I think the more I look at it, he could be a Kentucky player. Ahmad Hardy confirms he is visiting Kentucky this weekend. He rushed for 1,351 rushing yards, 13 TDs, and was second in yards after carry to Heisman finalist Master Jeanty. If they can get him or Dante Dowdle and have them paired up with Jamarian Wilcox, that's going to be good. Justin Bowick, wide receiver, is on a visit. So yeah, that's all to say. Until next time, Alcohol. Peace.